Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We are now only a few days away from Season 4 going live here in Modern Warfare and Warzone. Now, up until this point, we've seen various leaks and teasers for what kind of content we can expect to see added in, including new weapons like the Galil and the Vector, new operators like Price and even Kyle Garrick, and more. But we also know that Season 4 is going to be introduced via a larger title update, Update 1.22, right? And this update is going to include more than just new content. It's also going to add in multiple new changes, some big, some small, some back-end adjustments, and some more physical ones as well. And today we're breaking down all the changes that we know are confirmed for Season 4. So if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything else in between. Now, first things first, we have got to mention a change that we all pretty much thought was guaranteed for Season 4, but alas, it actually came in a surprise update yesterday. And that, of course, is the Duos mode for Warzone. Yes, Duos is finally in the game. We're not sure if it's going to be a permanent thing like quads, solos, and trios has been for the past few weeks, but as of right now, Duos is finally available. And honestly, I'm a big fan of it. The matches that I've played so far have been really fun, so be sure to check that out as it is now live. Also, one other thing we have to mention is when the Season 4 update is actually going live, and when these changes we're talking about today will be put into effect. So in a recent Activision blog post, they say the clock is ticking. Hop into a multiplayer, Spec Ops, or Warzone match to unlock any remaining Battle Pass tiers. Season 3 ends at 11 p.m. Pacific time on June 2nd. So this essentially confirms that the Season 4 update will be going live at 11 p.m. Pacific time on June 2nd, 2 a.m. Eastern time on June 3rd, and also 6 a.m. GMT on June 3rd as well. So plan accordingly. If that update is going to fall in the middle of the night for you, be sure to leave your system on so you can download it while you're away. As of right now, we don't know what the size of this update is going to be, but when we do, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Anyways, when it comes to changes, we have got a lot on deck, right? Including some that are confirmed or hinted at via social media. And of course, we do also have the Trello board as well, which has a pretty decent amount of changes listed on it, and we'll be visiting that a bit later on into the video. But first, starting with some of the more interesting ones that are not so routine, I guess you could say, we saw something appear in-game a few weeks back that surprised a lot of players. That being the option of dedicated servers, which actually appeared in the multiplayer custom games. However, it was only live for about 30 minutes or so, and then it was removed because it had all sorts of bugs. Now, we don't know if these dedicated servers were unintentionally put live on accident that day, or if they were actually just meant to go out regularly, and Infinity Ward ran into some unexpected issues. But it does raise some interesting questions about when the feature will return, and also how impactful it'll actually be. Because our friend Modern Warzone, who we've talked about a handful of times recently, indicated over on Twitter that dedicated servers and private lobbies for Warzone will be coming to the game in the future. Now, Modern Warzone has been right about quite a few things so far, so we have no reason to believe that these features aren't coming in the future, and seeing as Season 4 should be lasting for at least 8 weeks at minimum, I think it is very, very likely that if these features are coming to the game, it'll be in Season 4. Now, in my opinion, the dedicated servers that we saw for multiplayer were actually an accidental update, and they will be returning sometime in Season 4. You know, maybe not at launch, of course, the sooner the better in this case, but at some point in the next few weeks. Now, as far as the dedicated servers go, I would hope that they would be for public matches all around the world. We all know Warzone's connection has been inconsistent, I guess you could say. I know from firsthand experience that there are some serious lag spikes almost every single night that I'm playing, so to see dedicated servers would be a huge improvement to the current situation. But seeing as the custom matches that we saw for multiplayer were updated to have dedicated servers for a few moments, I think it is also possible that these features are more of a 2-in-1 type of deal. We'll have custom games for Warzone eventually, and those will be held on dedicated servers, perhaps. Of course, only time is going to tell here, but this is a change we definitely need to keep our eyes out for. Now, there is also another pretty big gameplay change that should be coming with Season 4, and that is an update to the Easter egg, the Bunker Easter egg, or more specifically, the Bunker 11 Easter egg, because this is still far from being solved. We know this because currently inside of Bunker 11, there is still a second bunker door that cannot be opened. You know, it has a red light above it, and it also has another keypad in front of it, just like all the other bunkers do. However, this one cannot be opened via the phones, and it cannot be opened with a red access card. So this second door is something else entirely. It requires another step, and it just so happens that there are a handful of computers all across the map that can be interacted with that we seemingly cannot do anything with as of right now. Now, of course, this used to be the case with the phones, obviously. However, that was changed. So we are inclined to believe that the computers will play into the next step of the Easter egg, especially since in the bunker itself, you can reset the main computer. But as of right now, we don't know the next part of the Easter egg, or it's just not active yet. And Season 4 should change that, considering the core story of the season is of course based off of Viktor Zakhaev and Al-Assad's property that lies inside of the bunker, aka the nuke. So expect to see some changes there too. We also have some other changes that were confirmed via various tweets. So getting into those, Ashton Williams confirmed that in the next update, aka the Season 4 update, there is going to be a fix coming to the 10th emblem or the max emblem for the Season 3 officer challenges. Because currently, some players who go out of their way and complete all 100 of them don't actually get the emblem unlocked. So that's getting fixed here soon. Also, as we briefly covered recently, David Michner teased that One in the Chamber would be coming to public matches, so that is effectively a new mode we can expect to see added in at some point during Season 4. And David also confirmed that we'll see some more 3v3 gunfight action too, although that's not really anything too out of the ordinary. Now, outside of those changes, the Trello board is where we look to see the majority of the updates we can expect to see in the near future. And for this, we are specifically looking at the issues and bugs and other topics that have been marked as fixed in a future update, meaning they should be changed either with the launch update for Season 4 or in a patch shortly thereafter. So, in multiplayer, we see that they mention the Season 3 max emblem being fixed, alongside players not being able to get a nuke with certain blueprints, unlock issues relating to the Talon operator, challenges being reset to 0 as a visual bug, players moving around during the pre-match countdown, and also some graphical corruption appearing on screen. Then in Warzone, honestly there's not too many here, but they are going to fix players finding weapons that are spawning on the ground in the gulag, an issue where contracts could be stuck inside of a resupply station, players using other weapons that they're not supposed to be using in the gulag, and also players not being able to buy back a squad mate from the buy station. Now for PC, they simply have listed the 13-71 memory error, which of course has been there for weeks and weeks and weeks at this point, and also players getting crashes while playing Ground War. And finally, in Spec Ops, they are fixing players getting stuck in third-person gameplay in Operation Strongbox. Now, keep in mind, the Trello board does not list all the things that Infinity Ward is working on, and instead, just some of them. So there is really a very strong chance that we'll see even more things than this updated with Season 4, since we know these seasonal updates are usually pretty big and also abundant when it comes to gameplay changes, fixes, and other adjustments. Anyways, with all of that being said, those are effectively the major changes that we can expect to see added into the game in Season 4, and that is going to wrap things up for today. By all means, if there is something else that you think needs to be changed in Season 4 that we didn't mention here, be sure to drop that down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found down in the description below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.